Now, here are some of the reasons, ladies and gentlemen, that you should invest in a money market fund with no fear that your money is going to get lost in a money market fund, or why you should have confidence while you are investing your money in a money market fund. And the first reason, we are talking about the aspect of regulation. The aspect of regulation. You realize that the money market funds are regulated by the Capital Markets Authority, and this is an independent agency that is under Treasury, and it's founded by the Acts of Parliament, Cap 485. All right, and number one, we are talking about regulated by Capital Markets Authority, and this one is founded under by the Acts of Parliament under Cap 485A by the Acts of Parliament, and it's under Treasury, the National Treasury. And of course, when we talk about a regulation by the Capital Markets Authority, this independent agency regulates a lot of investments that are done, financial investments, that is financial securities, even the treasury bonds and the treasury bills that are offered by the Central Bank of Kenya are going to be regulated by the Capital Markets Authority. We also have the Forex and trading. It's also going to be regulated by the Capital Markets Authority. So Capital Markets Authority actually is an independent agency that has been given a lot of responsibility to make sure that the investors' funds or the money is actually protected and used in the right purpose. So whenever if you are an investor and you think, you feel that you want to invest in a money market fund, and you have the fear of your money getting lost because you don't know whether this one is a scheme, because we say that a money market fund, these are investment schemes, but we are talking about the scheme in quotes, and you don't know whether it's that where you're going to get to lose your money, then you should know that there is the aspect of regulation, just like the banks are regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya, just like the cooperatives are regulated by the SASRA and Ministry of Cooperatives, so for those cooperatives that are operate under 100 million deposits. So just know there is an aspect of regulation, and you should also know that any money market fund you join, you should do a research and find out whether this money market fund is actually listed in the Capital Markets Authority, so that you may not find yourself in a mess. All right. The second aspect, we are talking about segregation of funds. Segregation of funds. Ladies and gentlemen, segregation of funds is where the fund manager is not going to mix the investors' fund with their funds. When investors come and they put money in the fund manager, then the fund manager is going to make sure, based on the guidelines that have been offered by the Capital Markets Authority, it's going to make sure that the investors' funds has been put aside in a segregate account, separate from the fund manager's account. What is the reason of this? Now, the reason of this is whereby if the if a risk arises and the fund manager is under financial crisis, then you find that the investors' funds are not part, or they are not involved in the other investments that are undertaken by the fund manager. So the investment that have been given or authorized by the Capital Markets Authority for the fund manager to undertake just in the purpose of money market fund is not involved or mixed up with the other investments by the fund manager. That is what I mean by the segregation of funds, where the investors' money is put aside in a segregate account, different or separate from the funds of the fund manager. And that's why even if something happens to the fund manager, then the investors' money or the capital is secure, and the investors can get their money well and safe. All right. So that is the second reason why you should invest in a money market fund with no fear or with a lot of confidence. And the third reason, we are talking about the aspect of independent oversight. Independent oversight. Ladies and gentlemen, independent oversight is where we are going to have some organizations that are going to be authorized by the Capital Markets Authority to oversee the operations of the fund manager, or to make sure that the investors' funds actually have been used in the right purpose. For example, we have we are talking about custodian, and you are talking about trustees. Right? Custodians and trustees, you realize that they are going to hold the assets of the fund manager, and they are going to make sure that the assets have the money that, or the investors' money or the assets have been invested in the right way or on the right purpose. All right. So that to make sure that the investors' funds are not misappropriated, to make sure that there is no the fund manager is not going to make poor investment decisions, and they are going to go through it before they invest based on the guidelines that have been given by the Capital Markets Authority. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the custodian and the trustees are also under the Capital Markets Authority, and they are also being regulated. So that is the other aspect where your money, the government has made sure that the investors' money is totally protected here. And even if you don't earn any interest in any money market fund that is going to fail, you're going to get back your principal amount as whole. All right. The fourth and the last reason is about licensing of money market funds. You realize that only money market funds that have been listed by the Capital Markets Authority have been given the authority to run as money market funds. If a money market fund has not been listed by the Capital Markets Authority and you are there investing in that money market fund, just know that there is a risk associated with that, because even if something happens and that money market fund is not listed, it means that your capital is not protected. So ladies and gentlemen, before you even continue investing in that particular money market fund, you need to do a research and go to Capital Markets Authority and find out whether your money market fund is actually listed in with the Capital Markets Authorities. This is just to cover the risk and anything that may arise that is fraudish and that is fishy, just to make sure that your money is protected. So licenses and licensing is going to be issued by the Capital Markets Authority for anyone who wish to open a money market fund. And licenses, here we are talking about 42 money market funds that are actually existing right now as we talk in the Capital Markets Authority. No other money market fund. So if you are in a money market fund, just go and confirm if your money market fund is in this number. Ladies and gentlemen, about custodian and trustees, these are mostly going to be banks. They are the ones that is going to hold the assets of the fund manager and make sure the money has been used on the right purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 reasons that that you should consider when you want to invest in a money market fund, and you're not going to have any fear of loss of your money, or you are going to be confident in investing in a money market fund. This is Sir John Mweri, professional accountant with XFinop Accountancy and Consultancy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was informative, and we meet in our next video.